Hello, Professor Wheeler. This is Maureen Lincoln. I'm an MBA student in your CIS9467 Saturday afternoon class, and today I'm going to go over my final project, which is planning a marketing campaign using macro-enabled contact spreadsheet and costing worksheet with Solver. I recently passed the professional engineering exam and will shortly be able to practice as a licensed engineer in New York State. It's a significant professional accomplishment and a newsworthy event in my industry. It's also an excellent opportunity to create some buzz with a marketing campaign focused on the high level of engineering services that my company, Caroline Engineering, provides, especially for those companies that prefer to use or are required to use professional engineering services. Two excellent ways to reach clients in my industry are direct mail and email. Though either marketing method can ultimately reach the same potential client, each has its unique cost structure, timing, and conversion rates. There's some balancing that needs to be done here to make sure that the campaign maximizes the number of leads for each dollar spent. Whether I go with direct mail, email, or a combination of both, I need to have a sufficient number of contacts so that given an average conversion rate, I can expect enough responses to generate enough requests for proposals, to generate enough accepted proposals to hit my revenue goals. Over the years, I've collected a number of business cards in a desk drawer. It's a good time now to better organize these into a spreadsheet that I can use as warm contacts for this promotion. To accomplish this, I created an Excel file with 3 worksheets. The first worksheet has 4 macros that allows me to enter in information from these business cards to create a contact table, which is in the second worksheet. The 4 macros are Add New Client, Find Client, Update Contact, and Clear Form, and I'll demonstrate those now. Here's my form fields that I can fill in with information. And I have one field here that's a search field. So what I'll do is I have something already prepared. I'll put in a new contact. And since it is almost the end of December, we'll look at Santa Claus. Maybe he needs some new fixtures and jigs for his factory to make some more toy soldiers more efficiently. So I enter in all the information. Most of these are simply text fields, but there are some that I've used a list to pick from, so I can make sure, for example, when I have a state, it's actually a state and things don't get entered in by accident. I'm also keeping track of how I met people, so I can see, as I get enough records here, I can see where I'm generating the most contacts and really focus on those types of networking events. And I've also categorized by what type of people these are, because I have suppliers as well as clients or potential clients, and then services, so I can concentrate or pick different types of services and different categories of clients and see how those interact. I also have here marketing 1, 2, and 3, so I can signify as I put in each contact what marketing campaign I want to focus with them and prioritize them. So first for Santa, I want to do a PE announcement. Then I've also applied for certification as a women-owned business in New York State. Once that comes through, I'll let him know again. Maybe I want to clear the form because maybe that doesn't make sense, so I have a little macro to do that. Or maybe I do in fact want to add him, so I'll put him back in. I hit this Add New Contact, and then when we go over to this second worksheet here, which is my, let me just move this up, contact list, you'll see that Santa's been added. Oh, he's actually been added twice. What I can also do is search. I'm going to search for one of the contacts that I have in here, Monica Shaw. Let's see if she comes up. Actually, I have her listed as Jessica Shaw, which is a mistake. So what I'm going to do is put her correct first name, which is Monica. I'm going to update her, and then when I go into the contact list, I can see, yes, Monica is correct. Okay. And the other one I have here is, well, I've showed everything here, but I want to talk about these lists here. So these lists are from the setup tables here, and I've set it up so if I want to add additional networking events, I can simply come in and insert a row, and it will show up in my table for the next time when I go to add in data. So that's my contact list Excel spreadsheet. Unfortunately, though, even with all the networking I've done, I know that I don't have enough contacts for a successful direct mail or email campaign. My business instincts say I'll need at least 5,000 targeted contacts, but that's just an educated hunch that I need to qualify with good data. Deciding how to invest my marketing dollars, whether it's direct mail, email, or a combination of both, makes for a great opportunity to use Solver. So I've created a worksheet to maximize the expected number of leads based on a set amount of marketing dollars and quotes from different services. My data comes from recent quotes with companies such as Mailworks and Penton Publications, as well as database resources at Baruch's Library and Google searches. The conversion rate that I'm going to use for this project is defined as the rate from contact to opportunity, i.e. the percentage of contacts that convert into a billable project. The information on conversion rates can vary widely, and the measurement method and terms used are not consistent between direct mail and email. Since there's likely to be some great error here, I want to be somewhat conservative. So based on my research, I'm deciding to use a 0.55% conversion rate for email and 2% conversion rate for direct mail. These numbers are also consistent with the quoted numbers from Penton Publication in my recent conversations with them. So let me demonstrate this spreadsheet. Okay. So what I did here is I contacted these companies and did some internet research, and I put together by quantity what the expected costs would be. And I created a graph so I can see the relative costs, and with Mailworks and Overnight Prints, I have their data here. Now I want to just point out that for Penton, that's going to be where I get my information from, which is great. It's targeted mechanical engineering publications, so those should be some pretty good contacts there. It's a 5,000 quantity minimum, so it gets a little expensive if I wanted to just do a 500 piece mailing, because the cost of each address would be pretty high. I also looked at the email costs similarly, looking online, trying to get these together, making a graph, and so I can compare those to the direct mail costs. So I put this together in Solver, and I have my constraints here that I need at least 5,000 direct mailed cards, because I have the 5,000 addresses, so I might as well use them all. And I have some other constraints, one being that I want my total cost to be equal to my marketing budget. I really want to maximize that. So let's solve this and see what we get. So if I have a budget of $2,500, I expect to have 100 leads, which would be pretty good for what I expect to be my conversion rate through there and the average rate of each project. I wanted to see now if I spend $5,000 instead, if I double that, if I get 200 leads, but what I found is that actually isn't true because of the difference between the costs and expected rate of return between direct mail and email. I only get 135. So it really doesn't make sense to spend $5,000 and add more email. It really just makes sense to really concentrate instead. Oops, I don't know why this is working. Instead on the direct mail, at least for what I'm trying to do here. So that's my presentation. I'm very excited about doing more research here, making sure all of my quotes are up to date and correct, and kicking this off. And I just want to thank you again, Professor, for all your help in helping us understand how to design these spreadsheets. They're definitely going to make a great difference, a positive difference for me. Thank you.